previously on the war, kill or be killed.
The links between these shootings continue to keep popping up.
There had already been 3 innocent people shot, one of them dead. A lawyer had also been shot.
This was stepping over a whole new line. Pressure piled onto police like never before.
David Stemler, that's where he's died. There's nothing like kids walking past a bloody body in the street to get police to act.
The police lost control of the streets.
Today's the first full day of a police task force set up to investigate a string of shootings in Sydney's southwest. It'll be examining the links between the murder of a drug lord in Bondi Junction in June and 5 separate shootings that have taken place in 5 days. I'm joined by Joshua Hanrahan. This task force is a step forward.
It allows police to pull detectives, to pull resources together. And what they're going to look at is these multiple shootings in the past week, including the one of Alan Muradian at Bondi Junction last month, and see what the links are.
There's 100 individual police officers allocated to this task force, 70 detectives, which is a growth from what was previously investigating the 8 strike forces that have been put under this one banner. Do what we have been doing for the last 18 months in preventing further escalation of these matters.
So for 2 days, we knew something big was brewing. Josh found out that a guy had been arrested at Sydney Airport Monday night, the brother of Bilal Haouchar. Now we know why. There's this massive operation that went on yesterday where 28 odd people have been arrested, 37 warrants, 21 guns. But we've now found out there's been this secret operation for the last 12 months, and the Lebanese police, who obviously New South Wales police were talking to, have now arrested Bilal Haouchar in Lebanon. Like, he was considered untouchable. To bring Bilal back will be a massive task. He's got Lebanese citizenship. You can't underplay how big it is. I mean, this guy being public enemy #1 for both cops and some of the criminals. People are really scared of him. Hello. Is that what they got him for? Yeah. No, there were 450 cops yesterday. 37 search warrants. Righto, mate. Right.
This has been a criminal syndicate that has plagued Sydney for the past decade. We have dismantled this syndicate, and they will be no longer a problem for New South Wales.
Yesterday, the New South Wales Police Force, in conjunction with partner agencies, resolved a significant investigation which has been ongoing for the past 12 months. They were the biggest criminal network and enterprise within Australia at the current time.
How did you get Lebanese authorities to arrest him?
Strength of the brief against him.
Brief of evidence.
Brief of evidence against him. Very compellable. And there's also benefits in the Lebanese authorities in that arrest too. I mean, there's assets seized over there.
Police alleged that their crime syndicate was a $1 billion business. And there's no better example of that than when Lebanese police raided Bilal's compound. And in it, they found not only millions in cash, incredibly lavish cars, but also a gold-plated gun.
The ascendancy of Bilal Haouchar can be linked to his ascendancy to the hierarchy of the Comanchero bikie gang. They grew together, and he was very close to senior members for a long time.
These are the men police allege are part of the Haouchar organised crime network. So at the top of the tree is Bilal Haouchar. Just beneath him are his 2 brothers, Omar and Nadal Haouchar. And then come players like Amar Chahal, Abdul Baghdadi, Fadi Al-Zebda and Mahmoud Mariam. And they're followed by those on the street, like Anthony Pele and Marco Saric.
I first learnt of Bilal Haouchar in early 2012 as a person who was associated with organised crime. Grew up in the Guildford, Marylands area, a number of brothers who were well known to police as well.
Well, 10 years ago, Bilal Haouchar was considered probably the strong man and someone to be feared.
Describing him as muscle, that's probably accurate. Almost a gun for hire or a gun for use by certain groups is the information that we had at the time. He wasn't a person that you'd cross. He came up as a person of interest in a number of organised crime murders towards the end of 2012, the murder of Roy Yagi, a drug cook, alongside a friend of his, Jamie Grover. Bilal Haouchar was shot at a Comanchero wedding on the 5th of November. 2 days later, John Devine, a member of the Comancheros, was shot at Rhodes. Following that, there was the murder of Ali Eid and the shooting of Mohammed Hanouf at Punch Bowl on the 18th of December. Bashir Ajar was shot at the front door of his house. We believed at the time that the same group of criminals were involved in all of those murders, and Bilal Haouchar was right at the centre of that group. That was the information that we had at the time. We certainly charged him with one of those murders.
Ali Eid was murdered in the home he'd been building for his wife and 4 children. His close friend narrowly survived.
The initial hours are crucial, and hence we throw everything we can at it, and we'll continue to do so until we get a result.
Ali Eid was a father of 4, and in 2012 he and a mate were working on this house behind me. It was going to be Ali's dream home for his wife, him and his family. That was until 2 masked gunmen ran up and opened fire, killing him in the backyard. Police have only ever charged and convicted 1 man over that shooting. That's Bilal Haouchar. His role in the whole thing, police alleged, was that he destroyed the clothes of the 2 gunmen.
3 persons were involved in it, 1 getaway driver and 2 shooters, and one of the shooters certainly used a MAC-10 fully automatic pistol, which was quite brazen at the time. I remember it shocked me.
2018, I get a phone call from an angry cop telling me that Bilal Haouchar has left the country. Now, a murder charge had fallen to bits. He's told the court, yeah, look, I'm going to go overseas, but I'll come back. He never came back. You know, Bilal Haouchar was free from that day on to live the life of Riley in Dubai, and then, you know, established himself in Lebanon.
We've got some breaking news out of Kirribilli. Reports of a shooting on Upper Pitt Street at Kirribilli, and there are reports that a car is on fire.
There's one in the downpipe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one there.
So we've got
One there doesn't look like
So we've got a bullet hole there.
Yeah, where was the other one? One up there.
Abdul Baghdadi gets out of jail. He's living here, Kirribilli, not far from Kirribilli House, just 600 metres down there where the Prime Minister stays. So he is standing around here at 4 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Car has pulled up, and all of a sudden someone's come out and started firing to try and kill him. He's run up these stairs, we've been told. The bullets have gone everywhere. It looks like one's hit him in the leg. What's happened after that, they don't know, because he's not telling police anything. This attempt on Baghdadi, you've got to put this in context. This guy is Bilal Haouchar's mate. This is a shot at Bilal Haouchar. A couple of weeks later, he's pissed off overseas, he's gone off. He's been picked up in Beirut with Bilal Haouchar. So it does show how close they were. Strangely, one of the burnt out cars was actually put into a carport and set on fire, which is a really different tactic. And again, disregard for life, because that could have set a whole lot of buildings on fire. When they're starting to take action that's going to end up killing or potentially injuring innocent people, you know, it's a different level. So the attempted murder of Abdul Baghdadi, that signalled that there was a major conflict now between members of the Comanchero and the Haouchar clan, who previously had been in business together. This whole rift believed to have stemmed from the Moradian shooting. No one trusts anybody. The firepower of those 2 groups is a scary thought for everybody, and particularly police.
The relevance of the feud between the Haouchars and members of the Comanchero goes back to that triple shooting at Greenacre in the middle of 2023. It was the shooting that left Ahmed Al-Azam dead and Kashif Richards a quadriplegic. So it's been a bit of a busy morning here on this quiet suburban street in Drummoyne, but today neighbours have come out, they've heard loud bangs as police have arrested Magnus. And so what police are going to allege is that these two men have been involved in the planning and then the eventual carrying out of what ended up being a fatal shooting of Amardale's 25-year-old. And on top of these two arrests, they're also actually right now speaking to, funnily enough, Omar Haouchar, who is Bilal Haouchar's brother, who happens to live in the same complex. He's not under arrest. There's no allegation that he's involved in anything to do with this Greenacre shooting. Marco Saric, who's going to be charged with murder, is just about to be loaded into this car.
The significance of this group for the activities they have undertaken really was the genesis of why Task Force Magnus was stood up. I remember standing here on the very first occasion saying that Magnus was here to eradicate and dismantle organised crime entities, and we have been very successful in doing that. And today is evidence of all the crimes that we investigated. This was the one for me personally that I really wanted to solve.
Investigators are very confident that we have identified the shooter, and we are not alleging that anyone arrested today, however, was the shooter.
The reality was there were some innocent victims caught up in this. You look at those jobs and you really feel for everything, and that's the real motivation behind why we pushed the Magnus team hard and why we continue to do that.
Anthony Palais, where do you go to from here in terms of tracking him down and bringing him back to Sydney?
You know, our inquiries into location are ongoing through the Australian Federal Police and with overseas law enforcement agencies. So they will be ongoing until he's located. You know, one of the messages that's come out over the last few years is there are no safe havens overseas.
The biggest victory for New South Wales Police is they have stopped at least 4 or 5 murders. Now, we know that they go around telling guys you're going to be knocked, you know, be careful. But they've actually arrested people with conspiracy to murder people. You know, and then we find out that there was a trigger man was allegedly going to be paid $800,000 to kill Andre Kalita. Coming up on the war, kill or be killed. Is he worried about his life?
Oh, absolutely. He's really concerned because the threats that the police are investigating are credible.
We start making this documentary with the fact that there's information there's a major war going on between two of the most powerful crime organisations in Sydney.
Well, it's been 2 years since Masood Zachariah fled the country and now he's in the back of a New South Wales police van.